What up, guys? Hope you guys doing blessed. It's your man Shandeezy. Today I'm gonna be doing an in-depth video of some meta classes I'm gonna be diving into with you guys for the GPR 91 and the AMS. It's gonna be on some tips and tricks and how to build your guns for ranked and even for pubs. So don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. And also, no further ado, let's get to it. All right, so the weapons I'm using right now is the GPR 91. Just got it to gold recently because I just recently discovered this build. So I'm gonna go through my attachments. It's gonna be the Durrich MF reflex. That's a crazy abbreviation from this game, but whatever. So I have this one right here. I like it because it has more of a rectangle view of things instead of like what everybody's rocking on on this one, or everybody's rocking this guy right here. This one's a little bit too zoomed out for me. This one's like more centered and upright for me. Seen a lot of people using it, and I use a custom aim down sight as well. I use this guy right here. I feel like this is perfect for like horizontal control, so it keeps your aim like on a line and then up and down instead of like going everywhere in a circle per se. And then the compensator, I use this one right here instead of using actually the porter compensator, because the porter compensator offers less vertical recoil but has a better first shot recoil control. But the reason why I'm not using that is because I have another attachment in this gun to alleviate the first shot recoil in general, and then this will just focus on that alone, so I can work with the long barrel, which is gives me the damage velocity and the damage range. Let me see if I can show you the how do you say it? I gotta pull up my controller. The stats, there we go. Okay, so this gun is like a mini AR. Technically, well, it is an AR, but it is a mini AR, but like a very fast AR. So it definitely beats SMGs. I definitely had used this gun, definitely beating Jackals and C9s, no problem, and even AMSs, no problem as well, especially mid-range. So this is more like a mid-range gun, but a run and gun kind of gun, that is. And it's not like, you can't like pick a corner and try to shoot. You could if you have the shots for it, and you know what I mean, but a majority of the time it's more like you're going to be running and gunning and sliding and diving with this kind of gun. So it's more for the aggressive player, definitely on that part. So I mean, a lot of people on rank, they like to just use the long range ARs and just sit a long corner and then just shoot from mid range, and they'll take those shots. And then this is like the in-betweener where you can take the long range and the mid range. So anyway, the damage range is beyond excuse me, is 64 meters, which is the same as the AMS. So I'm getting to a point here. And then the damage effective is 26.7 meters, which I'm pretty sure they're going to buff next season. I have a good feeling they will, because they left this gun in the game for a reason. There's obviously a reason why they left this gun in here. So 26 meters. The fire rate is 714, so it's a little bit less than the AMS. The bullet velocity is the same stock. So this is without any further attachments besides just the regular attachments, and no extra bullet velocities from the NATO overpressured bullets. The accuracy is going to have a better recoil kick, horizontal and vertical. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of gameplay as well with the gun and how it actually runs. If not, I actually did show you, what am I saying? Movement speed is much quicker. So this gun is, like I said, it's going to be a run and gun, slide and dive type of gun. So it's not going to be like slow and agile like a sniper. This is going to be more like, I'm going to get in your face, or I'm going to get on the side of you and I'm going to get you before you get me type gun. And then the aim down sight. This is more like an ADS thing. So mobility, I'm going to compare to the AMS. I'm also going to show you my AMS build as well. So movement speed, boom. Crouch movement speed is definitely a big deal in this game, because let's just be real, the the time to crouch to completely being prone is really slow in this game. So this is definitely going to help you on that part. Don't say I didn't warn you. And then the Ranger grip. So this one is going to help with let me go back to the Ranger grip again. So this is going to help with, so this right here, a lot of people use this gun. Keep in mind, all the attachments in this game they're all the same. Just every attachment has different use for each and every single gun and different type of play mode, if that makes sense. So vertical is like for the ARs, where that has, you know, horrible recoil left and right. And then lightweight is for somebody who's not really focusing on that. They want more of, like, you know, per se a different build. Like I would say somebody using the lightweight is like the PB19. And the marksman, some people use this, but I see a lot of people with the AMS using this and the vertical, because the vertical, even though it says vertical, it helps with the horizontal recoil. This right here, I feel like is the best for this gun because it doesn't take away from anything of this gun whatsoever. If anything, what it does to the gun is, let me take down the stats, is they gotta fix this bug. I gotta go back into it. Gives the horizontal and horizontal recoil control and sprint moving speed, sprinting movement speed. I'm sorry. So it gives two of those best of those worlds. So like I said, it's a sprinting gun. You want to slide that corner real quick with this gun, and boom, you get that shot. And then also, if you're in a mid-range battle with somebody, across the pool, across the alley, across the hallway, you can go left and right real quick with this gun without having to moving up and down your joystick so much. Then the quick draw, like I said, ADS, aim down sight speed. Boom, look at this, it's real quick. ADS speed, it's gonna be 1.55. That is literally the same as the Jackal, if not a little bit better in an AR. Okay, just saying. I'm not saying a lot of people use this gun. I'm not saying I'm the best, I'm not saying I'm pro, but I've averaged at least 40 to 35 kills with this gun on average. My lows maybe 27 on average. Never negative with this gun. Maybe like a search and destroy maybe, but on hard point of control, this gun is just gonna get you these crazy kills as long as you're, you know, doing your stuff. So therefore that. Then comparison to the you can also use the ergonomic grip, which I also been using. Like I said, you can use a slide to fire speed and dive to fire speed, but nobody really dives in this gun. You could, I mean, this game, you could use it if you want to dive. I've used to use slide only, to where I can dive and slide, but you know, there's a delay that's been happening with the game, so obviously don't use that mode anymore for controller settings. So slide of fire is a pro for this one. Aim down sight is a pro. I really don't see you can use the commando if you want, the sprint to fire if you want to just focus on that. But like I said, I did aim down sight speed because I already have this to help the sprinting movement speed, and then this comes back down to the strafing movement speed, and then the movement speed, and then the hip fire movement speed. So this will already take care of this already, these attachments. So I get the ADS, boom. Let me show you. Sorry, let me show you right here. ADS. Come on. 1.55. Right? 1.55 milliseconds. Okay. Then this takes care of, if I use any of these other things, look at that. Look at the negativity that the attachment does to the gun. Negative 20%, negative 27%. Only helps this. It only helps that. So in other words, these little things that Call of Duty says, oh yeah, that's gonna make the gun do this. Don't listen to what these things are saying. Read the stats. The stats are gonna tell you what's gonna get you the best attachment for your guns and the best mode for your gun. So, like I said, light stock, best for this gun. Because, well, obviously it's a light stock and you're running and gunning. So, therefore that. See, all these ones are negative. Negative 20%. Negative 27% crouch movement, and I remember I got that other attachment to alleviate that. If I did this with this, that attachment would be worthless at that point. So in other words, balance another attachment for the other attachment. And then balance, even though it says it's balanced, same thing still. Yes, it's faster aim walking speed, but I'm not going to be really walking with this gun. But the gun is still stable because of the long barrel and because of the recoil springs. And because the gun already has good mobility already as it is. So, and then this right here. See, when I go to the light stock, look at that. It automatically boosts up the movement speed already. Comparison. Movement speed. Let's go here. Right off the bat. 25, 37, plus 7, and negative 31, which is obviously a faster aim down sight speed. Boom, done. And I was like, okay, now that I got these bad boys fixed up, what's going to help me figure out this gun in a better balance? You would think this gun, this attachment, I'm sorry, would be better. This one right here would be better for this gun because the bullet velocity was like, oh well, it's an AR, but it lacks velocity. It's like, crap, man. Okay, whatever. But then it doesn't really do anything for the gun besides put the bullet velocity. First of all, we're not playing Warzone. We are playing multiplayer ranked. So you don't need to have a gun that's gonna shoot so freaking far. Like I said, most people like to pick a corner or pick an angle or pick a lane, because you know, a lane's like, you know, 3 lanes for each type of map and different areas in the map per se, what you call a lane. And they're going to be shooting from about like maybe 600, 700 meters, if anything. So bullet velocity is not a thing. And then plus it takes all that recoil. So all those attachments that I just did for that gun literally was a waste if I just did that because I wanted to do something overkill, and then I just stunned my own gun at that point. So the recoil springs takes care of the recoil forever. In other words, it's like, okay, recoil is done. You don't got to even worry about it. It's set in stone. I already got the other one done set. I already got this already done set. Okay, let's just make sure third time's the charm with the third attachment set. So 3 attachments for mobility and 3 attachments for recoil. And on top of also the velocity for the damage range. So like I said, some people use these reinforced barrels. It's like, okay, yeah, you got the reinforced barrel, but like, look at the velocity. Yeah, you get a. That's another thing I was talking about. The overnated pressure bullets. You can get this with. You can get that type of performance with that attachment, but you won't get the same performance with this attachment. You'll have not only longer bullet velocity, but you'll also have better damage range. The other attachments you don't. But then here's the thing: Call of Duty is tricking you to see if you're really paying attention. You can literally just do this, and then you have this already. You already have a higher effective damage range and a longer beyond damage range as well. So, see that? I would rather sacrifice this 27 meters to 28 meters than this for 22 meters. It's a big difference if you really think about it. So there's that. Then I use the Strider. Obviously the regular fast mag, quick draw grip, yada yada. There ain't gonna do much with that. Then I use the concussion, and then I use the Semtex. Then I use the trophy. If you're a ranked player, you know that everybody's throwing grenades and stuns non-stop repetitively. Perks, I use dexterity, and obviously I have ninja on already. And I have dexterity on because, you know, like I said, I'm running and gunning. I'm a slide and movement kind of guy. You can use flak jacket, attack mask if you get really annoyed with those flashes and grenades. Sometimes I do use it when I start seeing a person or see a match that's where I'm playing against people that are consistently throwing these things. I put this on like right away. As soon as I start noticing there's a pattern of them doing it, I literally start doing that right off the bat. The sticks just takes dexterity. There you go. I use this one because since I'm running and gunning, when I'm moving really fast, this helps me not have so much motion when I'm going left to right. It's perfect. Takes less fall damage, especially like I said, when you're running and gunning, when you want to jump off the stairs or jump into the pool. You know what I mean. Second story. There you go. Fast hands, obviously that's the one to go. Double time, also the one I go. Quartermaster, I don't know why this is even in rank, to be honest with you. I don't know why, but that's what it is. There it is. what can we say? And then gunfighter, obviously, to get that. And then you can use the perk greed, and then you can get the extra perks if you want, but I'm not gonna use that. Okay, now the AMS build, this is what I got right here. So like I said, I'm gonna also compare this to the GPR 91. Okay, remember, the GPR 91 has the same damage beyond range, and then the most effective is even at the furthest range, right? But what Call of Duty fails to tell you is how where its mid-range damage point is at. So think about that, okay? I'm not saying the AMS is not a bad gun, because it is a good gun. I feel like it's a little bit too overpowered, and I feel like it needs a little bit more of a balance. Who knows? They might balance it maybe next season. But look at this, 750 RPM and 760 bullet velocity. All this damage right here, but it only has that bullet velocity. A gun that's made straight for ranked, not Warzone. In other words, these attachments I was talking about with GPR 91, it's the same exact thing. So fire rate, GPR 91, let's compare that. 750 RPM, right? 714. And they did this on purpose, Call of Duty. We'll give you a gun that's gonna have more mobility, but shoots a little bit less to make the competition between this gun and that gun a fight. It's gonna be a fight with the gun. They did it on purpose, and not many people are acknowledging this gun right now, but there's gonna be that time when it does. And the bullet velocity, 730 bullet velocity meters. Keep in mind, no extra attachments of velocity. No extra attachments. 760. This gun has only 30 meters more. Okay? 33 meters more. That's it. Accuracy, it's the same. Mobility, it's like 2 fractions less. Maybe 3 fractions. And then the handling, it's a little bit less than also the GPR 91 as well. But I use the same scope. This time I don't use the vertical recoil. I use the ported compensator because it has a first shot recoil. And this gun, if you know this gun has a hell of a kick. So this gun is better to have with the first shot recoil and then the vertical recoil. This is just focusing on just the vertical recoil. This is gonna keep that first shot done and then follow through. This is just a standard generation of the gun because the way the gun is balanced. The long barrel. So doing the stats again. Long barrel. Some people use this one and they want to get the extra velocity. You can use that or that. I would prefer to use this one, but I also would not be wrong with, I would not see something wrong with using this one because per se you're at a pretty further range and you don't have the best shot at the long distance. This will help you get those long shots at a longer distance because you kind of like per se, oh man, I got that guy on his hip, but I missed him so many times. With this attachment, this is going to be like, okay, well, with this gun from that further distance, this one's gonna be like, okay, well, I'll take care of that longer distance shot. Even if you hit him on the hip, I'll still hit it even if you didn't get the right shot. So this is kind of like a freebie kind of attachment for this gun, but you lose obviously meters in the effective damage range. So you can use the reinforced barrel for that one if you don't have the shot from a longer distance, and then you can use this one as well for the bullet velocity. You pick your poison. But I would rather use this one, but I might be messing around with this one as well too, because it is not really much of a difference. But like I said, once you do that, the damage beyond range is even less than the GPR 91. And the GPR 91 competes with this already when it comes to fire rate and bullet velocity. Just saying. Just saying. Then the Ranger foregrip, same attachments as well. You can go to the vertical, but then you lose movement. You can go to lightweight and doesn't even do a damn thing. Nothing. Ranger grip. It's gonna give you the horizontal and the sprinting movement speed right off the bat. Remember, we're trying to add more mobility to this gun instead of like everybody wanted to just shoot straight and straight only, and then you can't even move, you can't even run, you're just shooting straight, and you can't even go left or right. You're just like boop, 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 the whole entire time. And it's like, what's the point of that if you can't even shoot anywhere else besides that straight line? You got to think about the mobility, you know. Then I'm sorry, let's go back to that. Ergonomic, it gives also working on the mobility. So it works on that. You can use a quick draw, but then look at the slide of fire. So I'd rather sacrifice a little bit of ADS for the slide of fire. You know what I mean? Because slide of fire is technically an ADS because you're running right out of that corner. You can make a slide of fire right off the bat instead of like, I'm going to pick an angle and just aim at you. It's more like I'm going to run into a spot and then pick an angle and then aim at you. So that sprint of fire is going to help you run into that spot and aim at you at the same exact time faster. Makes it more mobile of an attachment. Then to be using that, or to be using CBQ or the assault. I would say these ones, quick draw and ergonomics, probably the best attachments in the game. Light, like I said, you can use that, the light stock, or you can use, I would say maybe the balance if you want that. But the light and the balance is probably the best one because, like I said, aim walking on the combat stock is horrible. The stats. The aim walking is a little bit better. Light stock, hands down the best. And last but not least, the recoil. Okay, like I said, this gun already has a hard recoil, so no NATO overpressured war zone attachment that you need for this gun. There's no reason for it. 950 meters is insane. There's not a big enough map in ranked to use that type of bullet velocity. That's I mean, you could, but I mean, you could choose it if you want. I'm just saying. But I mean, that's just, these are my opinions. Keep in mind, guys, keep in mind, these are my opinions only, but I've seen many people never really use this, so just saying. Then the same thing, same attachments: concussion, semtex, dexterity, fast hands, and double time. Same exact thing, gunfighter. And then the Jackal and the PDW, those are the ones I'm rocking as well. The C9, these are mine here. If you want to take a look at that, I'm just gonna give you guys a quick little peek of it, and if you guys want to see this class later on, I'll go further in explanation about them. So go ahead and screenshot that one as well if you want to check that look. Then also the Jackal, same thing. These are my attachments as well that I use with them. If you guys want to screenshot that, go right ahead. All right, and that's pretty much it, guys. So let me know what kind of guns you guys are using. Let me know if you guys like this type of content, and let me know what other things that you guys think that I should be adding into this, and maybe what other type of attachments maybe you guys would like, you know what I mean? So yeah, definitely I appreciate you guys coming in, and then I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Check my gameplay out. Please subscribe and please share and repost, and you know the rest, guys. God bless and peace out. Shine easy.